title. Our souls were stolen in the beginning, long ago, before the stars had names, and the moon knew its light. There was a world unlike our own. In this world, people did not have souls. They lived simple lives, working and resting. But they never wondered, never dreamed, never loved as we do now. They were like shadows moving through time, silent and empty. But the world was not always this way. There was a time, long forgotten, when every person carried a soul, a tiny spark of light inside them. This light gave them joy, sorrow, courage, and hope. It made them human. Then one day, the souls were stolen. No one knew who took them. Some whispered of a great shadow that passed over the land, a being older than the mountains. Others spoke of a deal made in secret, a bargain that traded souls for peace. But the truth was lost, buried beneath centuries of silence. A young girl named Liora lived in this world. She was different from the others. Though she had no soul, she felt a strange longing deep inside her. She would sit by the river and watch the water, wondering why the world felt so cold. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, an old woman approached her. "You feel it, don't you?" the woman asked. "The emptiness." Liora nodded. "I don't know what's missing, but something is." The old woman smiled sadly. "Long ago, we were whole, but our souls were taken, hidden away where no one could find them. Few remember, and even fewer dare to speak of." Leora's heart, though it had no soul, hatched. Is there a way to bring them back? The woman looked at the darkening sky. There is a legend, a place where the stolen souls are kept, guarded by the one who took them. But the journey is dangerous, and no one who has tried has ever returned. Liora did not hesitate. "I will go." The old woman gave her a small wooden flute. "This will guide you when all else fails. Trust it, even when you cannot trust your own eyes." With nothing but the flute and her strange, nameless longing, Liora set out. She walked for days, crossing fields where the grass did not bend beneath her feet, through forests where the trees whispered secrets she could not understand. The world was hollow, a reflection of what it once had been. On the seventh night, she reached a great black mountain. At its base stood a gate, carved with symbols that made her head ache to look at. Beyond it lay a path winding upward into darkness. She took a deep breath and stepped forward. As soon as she passed the gate, the air grew thick and heavy. Shadows moved where there should be none. Voices murmured just beyond hearing. "Turn back," they seemed to say. "You do not belong here." But Liora pressed on, clutching the flute. The higher she climbed, the colder it became. The wind howled like a beast, and the ground trembled beneath her. At last, she reached the peak. There, in the center of a stone circle, stood a figure wrapped in darkness. Its eyes were like empty pits, and its voice was the sound of forgotten things. "Why have you come?" it asked. "I want what was stolen," Liora said. "I want our souls back." The shadow laughed, a sound that made the mountain shake. "The souls are mine. They were given freely. Why should I return them?" Liora hesitated. She did not know the answer. The old woman had not told her what to say. Then, remembering the flute, she raised it to her lips and played. The notes were soft, at first hesitant. But as she played, the music grew stronger, weaving through the air like a thread of light. The shadow recoiled, hissing. "Stop!" it demanded. But Liora did not. She played with all the emptiness inside her, pouring her longing into the song. And then something answered. From deep within the mountain, tiny lights began to rise. They floated upward, weaving through the air like fireflies. The souls. They had been sleeping, waiting. The shadow roared, lashing out, but it was too late. The souls streamed past it, drawn by Liora's music. They rushed into the night, scattering across the world like falling stars. Liora felt something warm inside her chest. A spark. A soul. The shadow trembled, its form growing thinner, weaker. "What have you done?" it whispered. Liora lowered the flute. "I gave them back." With a final wail, the shadow dissolved into the wind. The mountain grew still. As Liora descended, the world seemed different. The air was warmer, the colors brighter. Somewhere, far away, she heard laughter. Real laughter, full of life. When she returned to her village, the people were changed. They spoke with passion, cried with grief, hugged their loved ones tightly. The emptiness was gone. The old woman found her by the river once more. "You did it," she said. Liora touched her chest, feeling the light inside her. "But why me? Why did I feel the emptiness when no one else did?" The woman smiled. "Because some hearts remember, even when the world forgets." And so the souls were returned. The world became whole again. But the shadow's words lingered in Liora's mind. "My were given freely." Who had made that bargain? And why? But that is a story for another night. For now, sleep and know this. Your soul is yours. No shadow can take it unless you let it. Good night.